Can you believe there's another campground in the Keys where I am only paying $22.50 a night to stay? And look at this. My site is literally 50 feet from the Gulf of America. Every single evening, I walk my paddleboard across the street and I take it out for the most relaxing trip you can imagine. What a way to end the day. Yes, this is another Thousand Trails Encore resort, and I've been told by other campers here that they are spending $200 a night to stay at places like this. But before we dive into all the incredible details, hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nancy, and if you're new here, I document my life as a 60-plus solo RVer traveling across America. I share the ups, the downs, and sometimes the weird and controversial about living and traveling full-time in an RV. If that sounds interesting to you, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss any of my practical RV living tips and honest observations about RV life. Today, I'm taking you on a complete tour of Sunshine Key RV Resort in Big Pine Key, Florida, and I'm going to show you exactly why this place has become my new favorite camping spot. Sunshine Key RV Resort sits in Big Pine Key, just south of the famous 7-Mile Bridge. The first thing you notice is the 24/7 gated security, and honestly, I love this place even more than Fiesta Key, which I showed you a couple of weeks ago. I may do a comparison video in a couple of weeks and share with you exactly why I feel that way. This is a tough video for me to make as my time in the Keys is coming to an end. The vibe here is so Keys. That laid-back Jimmy Buffett feeling I was expecting. Salt air, tons of sea life and wildlife. So many places to explore, which I'll share with you next week. You fall into a daily rhythm and pattern here, which is so soothing. Okay, enough of that for now. Today is all about showing you the magic of Sunshine Key. The staff was incredibly friendly and helpful, and it really made me feel very safe knowing that there's round-the-clock security, especially when you're traveling solo like me. Now, I'll be honest with you, some Thousand Trails Encore parks call themselves resorts, but let me tell you, they don't hold a candle to these Encore RV resorts here in the Keys. That's exactly why there's an upcharge of $22.50 a night for both Sunshine Key and Fiesta Key. Let me show you where I'm staying. My site has full hookups, incredible space, and look at this view just steps from my door. One thing I absolutely love about this place is that every single site is a pull-through. As a solo traveler, that makes setup so much easier. No backing up, no stress. I was even able to connect my car to my tow dolly the night before I left, allowing me to get on the road a little faster on a travel day. The sites here are spacious. I was able to set up my gazebo, blow up my paddleboard, and still have room to move around. From my door to the water's edge, 50 steps. 50, that's it. Now here's something important for my fellow RVers. During peak season, you want to book months in advance, but the off-season gives you more flexibility and much better rates. My site was incredibly peaceful and relaxing. I had a west-facing site, which means I was able to enjoy some of the most spectacular sunsets I've ever seen right from my campsite. And let me tell you, after 60-plus years on this planet, I've seen a lot of sunsets. This has become my evening ritual. Every single night, I sit out here, hop on my paddleboard, watch the sun go down, and just breathe. You can't put a price on moments like this. There are so many incredible places to paddleboard or kayak to, right from this resort. I was able to take trips around the mangroves, under the overseas highway, and over to a completely deserted island. This has got to be the highlight of my trip to the Keys. I had to wait for a day that wasn't so windy, a day that the tides were just right and I could get out here. I crossed over from the Gulf of Mexico. My campground is right around the corner underneath that bridge. Came under the bridge in the channel and then up into this private island, which I guess you can see when I turn this way. And that's the Atlantic Ocean. The water here is only right now about 6 inches deep. And it was a struggle to get out here today because there were times that I was in super shallow water and I had to really push the paddleboard to get it to move. There's the paddleboard behind me. And the only way to really get out here when it's so shallow, or even to get around, even in a kayak, it would have been challenging. So I am so happy that I have my paddleboard with me. And the place I went yesterday, Horseshoe Beach, just unbelievable, the beauty here. But this one, I have all to myself. Just some birds and some crabs. It's gonna be like an hour trip, round trip, and it was not as hard as I thought it might be. If I had known how easy it was, maybe I would have done it earlier, but part of not doing something is because you're afraid of it. And it looks, if you can see the bridge over there, wherever it is, bridge, somewhere back there behind me, it looks far away. And I was a little nervous about coming out here, especially on my own. And now that I've done it, I am hoping that the wind stays low enough where I can come back and do it again before I leave. And here's a bonus. Bahia Honda State Park, one of the most beautiful state parks in Florida, is just 5 minutes away down the road. I'll share more about that with you next week when I show you all the fun things to do in the lower Keys. The wildlife here is absolutely incredible. In these crystal clear waters, we've got tarpon, parrotfish, angelfish, needlefish, barracuda, nurse sharks, and stingrays. I even spotted a large shrimp and a baby sea turtle swimming around in the seagrass while I was out on my paddleboard. This is exactly why I love the Keys. The sea life is abundant, and even the herons and pelicans here are well-mannered. Go get your fish. Come on, hurry up. Go by. There's something magical about the way wildlife and humans coexist in the Keys. Now, the iguanas here are everywhere, and this big guy is the size of a small dog. I've even named this one Godzilla, except he's completely harmless. But experiencing the Keys with its exotic wildlife is part of this amazing adventure. Iguanas can move pretty quickly, and they are great swimmers, too. There are several different types of crabs here, including these ghost crabs that come out when they think you're not watching them. Be careful about picking up any shells on the beach as a souvenir. Even if they don't look occupied, they probably are. Don't ask me how I know, it's kind of a sad story. Because there's a full marina here, many people bring their boats and go fishing. And let me tell you, these people are serious about their fishing. You can come out to this marina all day long and see the fresh catch. I've learned more about local fish species in 2 weeks here than I did in 20 years of living in Florida. Now let's talk about the accommodations here at Sunshine Key. Because there's something for everyone. The RV sites have full hookups, water, sewer, electric, and they're large enough for even the biggest rigs. Plus, every site is a pull-through, which makes life so much easier. This place gets completely booked during winter and spring, so even though it's hot now, I'm actually glad I'm here during the off-season. The rates are better, and I get to experience the Keys without the crowds. But here's something cool. If you don't have an RV, or if you're traveling with family who prefers indoor accommodations, they have these adorable waterfront tiny homes available for rent. So you can have family and friends in a waterfront cottage while you are right here in your RV. I think the best type of guests are the ones with separate accommodations. The amenities here are what you'd expect from a resort. You can swim in the pool, or if you prefer a more natural experience, there are 2 beaches here. And having beach access right from your campsite is incredible. The water is crystal clear, and the sandy bottom makes it perfect for swimming, snorkeling, or fishing off the pier. Now let's talk about practical amenities. The laundry facility here is indoors with air conditioning, a godsend in the Florida heat. They actually installed all new machines while I was here. It's reasonable too. $2.25 to wash, $2.25 to dry, and everything is very clean. The bathhouse facilities are also clean, and there's never a wait. Traveling with dogs, there's a dedicated dog park with AstroTurf, where your furry friends can run and play safely. It's open from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. and locked after hours for security, and they provide free doggy bags. The food situation here is good. Several nights a week, food trucks come in with everything from tacos to gourmet burgers. But Sunday is special. You don't want to miss the fish truck. I kind of broke my budget on fresh fish here, but eating red snapper, cobia, and pompano that was literally swimming yesterday is an experience that I couldn't pass up. Here's my recipe: butter and blackened seasonings. That's it. Simple and absolutely delicious. The closest grocery store is a Winn-Dixie, less than 10 minutes south in Big Pine Key. There's also a Bell's for any summer items you may have forgotten. After being here for 2 months, I definitely needed another bathing suit, especially since every day I woke up and got dressed in, you guessed it, a bathing suit. Everyone here is so laid back. Bathing suits and sunscreen are all you really need. The park offers activities throughout the week, including serving hot dogs, hamburgers, potato salad, coleslaw, and chips on July 4th. Probably not as many activities as in the winter season, but I was surprised to find any organized activities, even in the off-season. Here's something important for full-time RVers. You can have packages shipped here for no additional charge. Many campgrounds either don't allow packages or charge $5 per delivery, but not here. This came in really handy because I discovered I needed to replace my tow dolly straps, and that's not something you want to mess around with when you're traveling. Even if you're not a Thousand Trails member, this park's location is unbeatable. You're minutes from Bahia Honda State Park and less than an hour from Key West. The Keys are not a cheap place to stay, and the regular nightly rates here at Sunshine Key are actually in line with other private RV parks. But here's the thing. If you're serious about RV travel, especially to premium destinations like this, the Thousand Trails system will save you significant money. I stayed here for almost 2 months, and even at $22.50 a night, it was a bit of a splurge for me, but it was absolutely worth every penny. If you want to learn more about Thousand Trails, and full disclosure, I do get a referral fee if you use my link. I'll put a link in the description where you can get on my email list and receive a call from a Thousand Trails member specialist that I personally work with. I only recommend this because I genuinely use and love it. Whether you're interested in memberships or not, I hope this showed you how incredible it is to stay here in the Florida Keys. The combination of affordable rates, luxury amenities, and natural beauty is hard to beat. Let me know in the comments below what things you think are worth splurging on when you travel. I read and respond to every single comment. and I love learning more about you and your travel philosophies. If this video helped you discover something new about RV travel in the Keys, smash that like button and subscribe because next week I'm taking you to explore some incredible local spots and wildlife that I discovered in the lower Keys. Until then, keep making your own lane, and I'll see you next week.